Hello, good morning. I hope you had a wonderful new year and that your next few weeks will be establishing the start of a great new year, 2025. You know, as a tourist here in the Philippines, and that's what we basically always are. We can call ourselves retirees, we can call ourselves tourists, or we can just be simply immigrants, whatever word you want to put on the description of oneself in another country. But one thing that we must always remember is that we are foreign to people. We're like being Polish or Greek or Italian when we're living in any other country than our own. We may well be accepted by locals as friends and acquaintances, but at the end of the day, when push comes to shove, we'll always be the foreigner. And foreigners are not necessarily seen as a great investment in the country. They're often seen as people who come here to take their women away, a bit like a Viking coming and ravaging the country and disappearing in boats later. So you have to remember also that as you're a foreigner, you will offend people very easily. Not intentionally, that is. You know, depending on which culture we come from, we're either very tough and strong and bolshy, grumpy, or just very quietly objective. But you can be in a shop and you find that, no, that's not right, sir. Can you just have another look? I think you've made a mistake. Oh, no, no, no. That's the price, sir. Well, that just doesn't add up. By doing so, highlighting that you're, in their minds, putting them down. Who is putting them down? A foreigner. And therefore, it comes to expect that a certain amount of face is lost. In other words, a certain amount of embarrassment is caused to them. Losing face is about embarrassment, really. It's nothing more. It's an ancient belief here in the East, how if you lose face, if you are made to feel inferior by another person, then all bets are on. So, or should I say, all bets are off. So therefore, it's important that when we have a dispute of some nature, that we either follow a well-trodden route, and that is often to retreat from the issue. After all, what are we arguing about? A few dollars here or a few pounds there? Is it really worth the aggro? And that's what I always say to myself. Is it really worth the aggro? And I say that with 10 years of living here, to realize that it would be so easy to fall out with people, to be indignant in front of them is almost an attempt to be rude to them. They just do not like to be confronted. Therefore, if there's a problem, don't confront it in their mind. It's not worth the effort. And it doesn't apply just to you. It applies to themselves, between each other. Families can fall out within each other. Neighbors can fall out between each other. And they also have to be careful that they don't spread rumor or innuendo about that person. So, and the reason for that is, of course, if it gets back to the person who they're having a problem with, it antagonizes the situation even further. And there have been some horrendous end results. People disappear here. People come to some very sticky ends. And in a way, the law protects them. It's a bit like the French, the idea it was a crime of passion. I'm not quite sure whether in France the crime of passion still applies, but here in the Philippines it definitely is, if not written in law, it is definitely perceived that if, for instance, you're found in bed with someone who's not your wife, the wife has the right to kill you. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But I have heard of cases where, whether or not that's true either, these things have happened and nothing has happened to the person except they've been asked to maybe, or suggested that they now leave that particular area, but free of any charge. A bit of a worry, isn't it? Don't upset your wife, or should I say, don't jump in bed with the cleaner. Not a good idea, guys. And so many of you also say, this is my fiance, this is my girlfriend. That's a label you put on there at your own risk, because by doing so, she's telling the world also, and her friends and family, that you belong to her now. And if you dump her, things can get pretty nasty, and they can make life hell for you, legally speaking too. After all, they're in the driver's seat here. They can say whatever they want, and you really don't truly understand the concept or the context for which they're making the accusation. Even if you have somebody on your side who is fluent and able to translate to you what has just been said. But we really don't want to get our lives into a situation where we have a roughy kind of conflict all in full social media, like the Armstrong family, like other Americans, British, and others from within. So that's just my thought for the day. I'm still here and I'm not going. So I'll catch you later. Bye now.